So hello all, welcome back to Android. So today we look up a very interesting function called reverse lookup. So before even talking about reverse lookups, let me talk something about Xlookup. So Xlookup is a particular function that we use for searching a particular input key, and based on that it will look on a lookup array, and from there it will get the result to the adjacent or to the column that you refer as the resultant array. So I'll just tell you with an example. So here we have got a table array which got like 1 and it's expanded as 1 inwards, 1 2 3 4 5. So if you are putting a number here, so you just want to result to this particular cell what is the adjacent value connected to 2. Okay, so I'll just start with equal to Xlookup. Okay, and then you open the bracket and you look for the search key first. So this is the search key, 2 is the search key, and we look up at the lookup range. So it should look up at this particular range. I just select that, and then it should give a result range, and that is from the range here. Okay, that is the result here. I just close this and you can see it results in the adjacent range. Just 2 adjacent to that, that is the expanded one. So if I just put 1, so it will come to 1. It will just for 5 15, there is no value in this, so it's showing NA or error. So if I just put 4, it just puts 4, right? So this is the Xlookup. So this function that we use extensively in a lot of applications in sheets and Excel. So we're not talking anymore on Xlookup right now, so we'll look up something like reverse Xlookup. So what is reverse lookup all about? So before even I'm just explaining you all the steps and what is reverse lookup, let's go to a use case. So here I'll just zoom out a little bit. So here is a data frame. So what this data frame is all about? So data frame is about numbers. So it starts with 1 2 and it's still 106. So 1 2 3, and here's a gap here 4 5, and then it comes here down. It doesn't go toward extreme right, it goes to the left and just comes here, and then it comes down. So it's just like a serpent, right? So it just goes like this, just like a snake or a serpent. It's called a serpentile data model. So if this particular data set strikes you something, if not, I'll just tell you, if you just go in a Chalabi train or a chair car or an AC chair car or a second class car, sitting in an Indian Railways, so you'll see all the seats will be arranged like this. So LW is nothing but it is like left window, LM will be left middle, LA will be left aisle, and RA will be right aisle, RM will be the right middle, and RW will be the right window. This is how the seats are arranged, right? And in between LA and RA will be the pathway where you all move over, right? So the seats will be arranged like this. There will be a gap here. So the gap is nothing but, I don't know, like should be for the TTR to stand, or you have to, when you just move out, you will have to keep your bags there or whatever reason it may be. So it will be like this. So this is the serpentile model. So if you just see this, it goes all around to 106. There's a gap here also. Here's a gap here also. So what I'm trying to find is that if I have a particular seat number, so if I mention 58 as the seat number, okay, so I should understand which row, like there are rows of values, right, from 1 to 16, 1 to 18. There are 18 rows of 6 seats each that is available on a sitting in coupe, and there will be 6 seats, that will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I should understand from a particular cell or a particular seat number which particular row I'll be and which column I'll be, or rather which row seat I am there, and whether I am in the lower window, sorry, left window, left middle, left aisle, right aisle, right middle, or right window. So just putting in a number, I should understand that. So here you should get to understand that here we are not looking at Xlookup because you don't have the data arranged in that manner. Here what it does is that the particular number that you have typed in here, so here the number is 58, right? So it has to look up at on which column it is coming from and which row it is coming from initially, and then we will have to find the concurrent or the corresponding the row and the column. Okay, here the column and here the row. Okay, so I'll just explain you the steps we'll understand. So reverse lookup is not a single formula. There's no single formula like reverse lookup. There are certain steps that you need to know and to do to get this to particular row. So I think the problem statement is very clear. We are trying to identify a particular row and a column based on a value in the cell, and that connects to the seating, whether it's which row the seat is and so which column the seat is. Okay, so the first thing that we'll do is that we'll match each row against the input number. So I'll just tell you more on this. So here we mentioned the input number, that is 58. Now we will understand, so to which row and which column this comes up from. So here what I'm doing is I'm using a formula like match. Okay, it starts with match, and it starts with L13, that is nothing but the value that is the input, and it looks at B1 to B19, so that will be basically the column, and the search key type is 0 because I need the exact. I don't need any assumptions. I need the exact value. So that is why I put here. And if there is nothing, but I am just telling that if there is an error, then you have to put it as blank. Okay, so you need calculate or throw me an error, you just put a blank. So that is why I use this particular if error here. Okay, so what happens is that, so what it does is that it searches for this particular value 58 in everything wherever it's a row. Okay, so in the column, so it will search. So 58 is not there, so it will throw an error, but it won't show error because I have put a if error here. Okay, so here I just drag this formula here also. What I've done is that I keep this value as constant because this doesn't change. This is the input value and this doesn't change, so I just lock it and I just drag that. So this particular cell will look at the column here, and this particular cell will look at the column here, so it will match. So we can see on this particular column only it throws a value called 11. Okay, so what is this 11 about? So match L13, so L13 is looking at a match, so it finds a match, right? It finds a match, and the match will be from the 11th row. So that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So it's the 11th row, so it's pulling up the value from here. It's showing that this particular 58 is coming from 11th row. Okay, the same time we will calculate it on the column also. So here we have put the formula like if error match L13 is the same lookup, and then it will look at A2 is to G2, and A2 to G2 is basically the row, and this is the row, and it will it will show an exact search type, and if there is a match then it will mention the column number. If not, it will throw a blank. Okay, so here we don't have this particular column, we don't have any 58. Here also we don't have, coming down it doesn't have, but here if you can see there is 58, right? And this is coming from the 6th row, that is why 6 is here. Okay, so say 1 2 3 4 5 6, so in the 6th row, so we get it that this particular input value, that is 58, is in the 11th row and the 6th column. Okay, we get till this. Okay, that is why we just create this formula across. So we just copy this or drag the formula over where we required here, and this connects to the row and this connects to the column. Okay, so that is done. So our first two steps are over. So we have found a match, and in the match in terms of what is the cell number and what is cell number, what is the row number, and what is the column number. So these two things. Now we get the row number and column number into a cell. So how do you get that? So you have to get this particular 11 and 6 because this is all automated, right? So you don't have to just do copy paste or whatever, just using Excel formulas to also. So you want to take this 6 and 11, copy this into a particular cell. So that we use a formula like this. So the form. So to explain to you how this particular formula works in, so this particular formula works in two ways, two modes. So the first part is that it will go and check this particular formula. Okay, let's leave this index as of now. So let's look at match. So what it matches is that it matches true. Okay, and in this particular range, that is H1 to H20, that is one single range, that is a column from H1 to H20. So it looks at array formula because you don't need to copy this formula across. So you actually taking this formula range from H1 to H20, and it mentioned that it's not equal to, so this is the formula for not equal to blank. So wherever in this particular range there is something that is not blank, and then it's a true statement. Okay, so I'll just show you how this particular works on. I just copy this formula and paste it for you. So typically the answer for this will connect to the particular, the column value or the column number, which column that particular value where there is a value that is present. Okay, so I'll just copy this, I'll just paste it here and just show you, so explain you a little bit further on this. So I just copied it here, so just put equal to, and the formula works, so it gives a result like 11, right? So what is 11? 11 will be the 11th row. That means that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So this is the 11th row. So that is what this particular formula looks like. So that will match true. So the value where there is no 0, okay, and it pulls up the value and it just gives us the result in which column number this particular value is present. So that will give me a result like 11. Okay, now what happens is that you come here, so that particular valuation is over, then we use the index formula to get the number of the row. Okay, number of the row. Okay, so what is there in the row? Okay, what is the value that is there in this particular row reference? For that we use the index formula, and you can use the value that is a range. So that is h1 is to h20, and for that the formula will comes like, so just go here. So we are mentioning the reference here, so the entire value till here will be the reference. So the entire value will here be the reference, and the result will be you don't need to mention any row number or column. We can keep it blank because it comes from one single column, so you don't need to mention anything else. So you just keep blank here. So I'll just try to explain it very crisp and clear. So we're using the match formula, and in the match formula we are finding the true statement from the array that is h1 to h20, where the particular cell doesn't contain 0. Okay, so what the result of this particular function till here will be like, it will get the column number, the row number. So the row number will be 11, so that will be the 11th row. So it also comes to the match, the match, the key will be true statement, and the range will be the array formula, and this is the range, and this is the search type where you get the exact, you don't need any assumptions, you get the exact result, and it comes till here. The match function will run this here, and from this particular 11 as the result for this match, that will be the 11th row, it will get the value using the function index. The index will pull up the value that is there in the 11th row. Okay, so you get the answer like this. Okay, same way for column also you do the same. So what is just index will just match true. Array formula is A20 to G20. A20 to G20 is this one, this particular array. So wherever there is a true value, that means that if there is a value that is not equal to 0, okay, then match it with true. So you get the answer, and that will be like 1 2 3 4 5 6. The answer will be 6. Okay, because it's in the 6th column, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this particular, I'll just copy this for you. So I'll just click shift, I'll just top it till here and show you much better. So just see, the result is 6, right? And the result is nothing but which is the column number where you're extracting the value from, 1 2 3 4 5 6. The answer is 6. Okay, and then with this index formula what we're getting is that we are getting the value that is in the 6th column in this particular array, and that is A20 to G20. Okay, that is So with this index formula we are representing index. So this particular value will be the reference. So A20 to G20, that is the row number. A20 to G20, that is this, and we have the range, this till this will be the row, so that will give the row, and that we have mentioned as the sixth row, so that we shown here. So just click the formula still here, you will get 6 as the answer. So pulling up the result from the row that is the sixth row. Okay, and you don't mention any column here because you don't have any column, so you just look at one single column, right? So you don't have to mention any kind of column here, so you don't mention any column, just leave it just like blank. Okay, there is no column here, and just close this, and then that's it. So you get 11 as the answer. So it just pulls up the 6 and 11, and that's why we use such a long function. Okay, so that is complete. So we got the row number and the column number into the cell. So then now that we have to get the input reference. So once you get this particular row, you will have to get the input reference. So just use a formula like address, just mention the row number and the column number. So you have mentioned I7 and I6, so just use this. 6 is the row and 11 is the column. Okay, 6 is the column and 11 is the row. So I mentioned here, so column is 6 and row is 11. So just click that and just get the answer like F11. Okay, so F11 is done. So we got that this particular cell F11, this is F and that is 11, so that is where this particular cell is referring to. Okay, so we have got that F11. So now what we will do is that we will find where this F comes from and where this 11 comes from. Okay, for that we need to extract this F and 11, right? So what we are doing is that we are using a formula called MID. MID is nothing but we are trying to extract a particular text or a particular number that is connected with its position. So we are referring to the string like I8, and you are starting at 2, that means that it starts with 1 2. Okay, that's the second one, and then we grab only one particular character from there. Okay, so extract length is what it's all about. So we start at 1 and we extract only one single number. Okay, so it is like A to we'll got like you can see we got to G only, right? So you will just mention 2 here. So what we'll do is that it removes this particular $sign and rest all from here also. So this dollar is also removed and this 11 is also removed. So you just get the F from here. So that is why you use the formula MID. So I'll just tell you again. So MID is just connecting to the string. You have to select the string and you just have to mention the start number, and that is 2. So this is the start number F, $F. So this is the start. So we just start F, and then we have to extract only one single character. So the answer will be F. Okay, now we will get the this is the column. Now we will get the row. So from the same thing we have to extract this 11, right? So what we'll do, so 11 is what? So we just take 58. So this is the 11th row, right? This is the 11th row. Okay, so we have to extract that. For that we use the mid formula again. So what is done is that I just select the string, that is I8 again, and you start with the 4th character. So 1 2 3 4, this is the character. Okay, and then we extract 2. Okay, 2 values from here. Okay, 11. So just extract 2. So we start with 4 and extract 2. Okay, and you get it as 11. Okay, so just click here and you can just see the answer will be 11. Okay, so then I put a -1 here because the first this particular row will contain values that is connected with the seating arrangement, right? We are not connecting with any particular lookup for this particular first row because this is the header row. So we are just removing this. Okay, so just removing this. So this value, this particular value 50, this will give me an answer like 10. Okay, sorry, 11, and from there we need to get to the 10th value because we have putting header here. So we are just removing the header here by putting the -1 signal. So you see like F10. So F10 will be the result. So it is from the F column and the 10th row, okay, of this particular data set. Though the cell reference is F11, since the header contains a particular values which we are not considering, we are putting a -1. So we look at F and 10. So how we will get the result of this F and 10? We use an Xlookup formula. So we have put a formula array like this. So B is it's B, so that means that if this is B, then it is left window, and C is left middle, like that. So we'll mention as a formula like this, or a array formula like this. The table contains B, C, D, E, F, G. So it like left. So it's just because we need to get the corresponding explanation of this particular column value on the cell here. Okay, so if F is coming here, you have to get it from here. And So for that we use again the Xlookup formula. It looks lookup at like x16 is here, and it looks up these two this particular array and gets the result from this. It's a very simple formula. So you just get f, and so that when you put that f, then it is the right middle, and the 10 you just mention it here. Okay, so if 1 it's row 1, 2 row 2, like that. So here again we are using the Xlookup. We are looking at L16 is nothing but this one. Okay, so it looks up, and the lookup array or the lookup range will be this, and the result will be this. Okay, and it gives the result like row 10. So if on Shatabdi train or any kind of trains where you have got a AC sitting or a second sitting, so you just mention the seat number here. So I'll just put some other, just 21. So 21 will be E4, that is right acyl, and row 4. So somewhere I just mentioned it as spelling is wrong, so in this thing also it's right acyl and row 4. Let's see how it comes like. There is 21, right? So it is here, it's the right acyl, it's correct, it's right acyl, and it's come from the row 4. Okay, so we'll give the answer. So just look at something like 106, the last one, the last particular seat, that will come from the right window, and it's row 18. So it is coming for the right window, that is right, it is right 4, and it is coming from the row 18. Okay, so this is how we use the reverse Xlookup formula. So you can use this for a lot of utilities that you find applicable to. If you have any queries that you can ask on this formula, just contact me or comment me. So hope this video helped you a little bit on understanding what the Xlookup formula is all about, and the reverse lookup formula. We don't have a reverse lookup formula like Xlookup. Only thing is that we are using a set of formulas to connect to reverse Xlookup. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the video. So if you like the video, please like it, and please share it for those who would need this particular support on. Thank you, thanks for watching, have a good day, bye.